True Match by L'Oreal Paris.
We're all worth it.
Now at 6, KOAM's Anthony Saviello takes us down the holiday road with travelers in big numbers for the Labor Day weekend. Plus, the Jasper County Jail Treatment Program celebrates its first graduating class. And students in Parsons talk teen mental health and suicide awareness with the help of a motivational speaker.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Labor Day weekend is here and it's expected to be busy. This is KOAM News at 10. I'm Elise Noe. KOAM's Anthony Saviello met up with weekend travelers to talk about their holiday plans.
With summer coming to a close, for some it's the last chance to get in their vacation time. For many, that may mean going to the lake or the beach, but for Brenda Savage and her husband and daughter, it's the perfect time to go see family.
We don't travel a lot, so it's just usually around holidays and birthdays, and so being that we are so far, we do still make the effort to take the trip.
And for their recent college graduate daughter, Sam, being able to spend this time with mom and dad is important, especially when they're paying for it.
Yes, they are. That's definitely nice. I've grown up going to Nebraska once or twice a year, so it's nice to still be able to do that while I'm still living close to home. So just soaking it all up while I still have that.
Callie Aylshire is an employee at the Joplin Travel Center. Labor Day weekend is always a busy time, but she always has good recommendations.
Especially with people wanting to go outside a lot, I would recommend Wildcat Glades, going out and enjoying the hiking trails, the Shoal Creek Conservation Nature Center, even like George Washington Carver National Monument. That's really nice because it's a beautiful big center, plus you can go out and do the mile-long hiking trail.
And with millions on the road this weekend, the biggest task won't be finding the perfect destination or even the cheapest gas, but rather staying safe. Although for the Savage family, it may be finding the perfect place for their pups to use the restroom. Reporting in Joplin, Anthony Saviello, KOAM News.
For those traveling this weekend, it's important to remember to stay buckled and to stay off your phone while driving. Here's Doug with a look at the holiday forecast.
Well, it definitely turned out to be a nice day for us today. You can see a nice shot of the sun setting this evening. High temperature was 91 degrees, so a little bit hotter. We started out beautiful at 58, 87 is our normal high, so just a little bit above where we should be for this time of the year. We're dropping back through the lower 80s and 70s now, and again, another beautiful night as we drop back near 60 for an overnight low. So down to 71 by 11 p.m., 62 at 7 a.m., 78 by 10 a.m. If you're heading out to area lakes, whatever this weekend, it looks pretty good. Clear skies for us right now. We still have clear skies across the entire Central Plains. It just gets a little bit hotter as we head into the weekend. Hit and miss storms on Monday, better chances for storms on Tuesday. Also, we're heating up next week. We're going to break this all down for you here in just a bit.
The Jasper County Jail Treatment Program today celebrated the 1-year anniversary of its first graduating class. At the event, graduates shared with current members of the program their progress and experiences following their addiction treatment program completion. The 120-day treatment program supports inmates awaiting adjudication of their cases in Jasper County Circuit Court or those who are being sentenced into the program post-conviction. The program consists of both individual and group counseling. The goal is to address challenges and learn how to cope with them in a healthier way. USD 250 hosts a ribbon-cutting ceremony for the 2022 Pittsburgh Community Middle School bond completion. The ceremony took place from 1 to 2 this afternoon in the Pittsburgh Community Middle School auditorium. Notable members of the project turned out to celebrate the event, and what would a celebration be without some refreshments? Ultimately, the event celebrated a brand new building to further the education of Pittsburgh children.
Well, we passed a bond issue with 82% approval rating, which is absolutely unheard of in the state of Kansas. We started the process in July of 2022. We finished the process in July of 2023, just in time for school to come back and get started.
I miss all it just looked kind of gross, and it was just super old because it used to be the high school and everything, and it was just really old and kind of torn up.
The renovations were paid for with a bond approved by voters in January of last year. The Parsons High School and Middle School today welcomed a renowned motivational speaker. Damon Parker, a championship wrestling coach and executive director of the Jones Project, spoke with students about teen mental health issues and suicide prevention. The Jones Project is a nonprofit organization dedicated to making a positive impact on the lives of students. For one counselor, the time is ripe for an ongoing and in-depth conversation with teens about these issues.
I would tell them to come to somebody. I mean, whether it's a parent, a counselor, a teacher, come to somebody and ask for help. We're here to help you. We've got the resources to get you that help. You just come let us know and we'll do what we can to help.
Coach Parker says he aims to foster an environment where students feel encouraged to seek help, support their peers, and collectively create a positive change. Coming up, we're taking you out to the Little Balkans Days Festival for some of that old-time rock and roll. Plus, if it's Friday night, you know what that means. We've got Friday Night Football coming up in just a few minutes.
Lost Lease Furniture and Mattress Sell-Off is going home. Furniture and mattresses. Don't wait. Hurry to Slumberland Furniture in Joplin.
If it's Labor Day weekend, it must be time once again for the Little Balkans Festival. The Crawford County Historical Museum hosted the Civil War Living History Candlelight Camp Tour as a part of the festival. Visitors were able to travel back in time to the Civil War by walking through camps and battlefields where soldiers and citizens tell stories by the campfire. Fans of classic rock were able to have a blast while visiting the past at the Oldies and Rock and Roll Dance celebrating the Little Balkans Festival. Area 51 played classic tunes for fans in Pittsburgh at Meadowbrook Mall. Music fans can continue celebrating Little Balkans Day with the Folklife Festival tomorrow with acts like the J3 Band, Leeper and Simpson, and the Pitt State German Polka Band. Visitors today also had a chance to take in the quilt show in the lower level of Memorial Auditorium. For one Quilting Guild member, the festival marks a great way to show off their talent.
It's an opportunity for our guild members and local residents around the area to kind of showcase and show people what they do and the talent and the art that they're involved in with the quilts.
Little Balkans Day wraps up this Sunday. Doug's coming up with a full look at your holiday forecast, and a little later, it's a big night for area football. John kicks off the latest edition of Friday Night Football in just a few minutes.
Ashley, this is home.
Beautiful morning. Oh, what a...
Well, it definitely turned out to be a nice day for us today. Temperatures are fantastic across the region. Most of us warmed up right around 90 to 91 degrees. We've been very consistent all week long, but our temperatures, they're going to start to warm up a little bit as we head into the weekend. We're dropping back mainly through the lower 80s and 70s now. We're going to work all the way down near 60 later on tonight. But here's the good news. Look at our humidity. Our dew points are still kind of in that 55 to 60 degree range. So the way that makes it feel to your skin is pleasant outside to not bad. It's not real sticky and humid out there. Now the humidity is going to increase just a little bit as we head into the weekend, but still it looks pretty good. All right, clear skies. We're going to have clear skies for us tonight. The entire Central Plains looking pretty good. There's not a whole bunch going on. We do have some showers and thunderstorms in the western third of the country, and we are tracking a little upper level low down across parts of Louisiana. Now, all week long, we've had high pressure, so we've had great weather. But as that high pressure breaks down, that area of low pressure starts to work a little bit closer toward us as we head into the weekend. We're going to get some clouds, and we could get a few isolated thunderstorms late Sunday, but a better chance on Monday. So you can see here Sunday evening, area of low pressure kind of sneaking in Sunday night into Monday, giving us a few scattered showers and thunderstorms. And then I think our better chances for thunderstorms will actually occur on Tuesday as we get a cold front that is going to try to slice in and then just kind of hang out on top of us. So at least we're going to get some rain chances returning by the time we head into next week. All right, let's step through your weekend. We're going to drop back near 60 for us tonight. So if you're getting out tomorrow, looks fantastic. We're going to be into the mid-80s by noon, and then I think most of us will warm up into the lower 90s. About 93 in Lamar, 94 in Miami, Grand Lake, 93 if you're heading down to Table Rock, right around 90 degrees Stockton Lake, up to 93, 96 in Chanute. As we go through tomorrow night, we drop back into the mid-60s once again. Then as we go into Sunday, also looking pretty good. You can see an isolated shower popping up. I'm actually going to keep Sunday dry. I think any thunderstorms that we could get wouldn't move in until Sunday night. A little bit hotter, high temps into the mid-90s, and then our chances for thunderstorms slowly increase as we go into next week. All right, 92 for us tomorrow, 94 on Sunday. Still, the humidity is going to be fairly low, but we are going to see those better chances for showers and thunderstorms trying to press in by the time we head into Monday. But overall, I think it looks pretty good. So let's go 92 on Saturday, 94 on Sunday, 94 on Labor Day, a few hit-and-miss storms late. Now, the better chances for thunderstorms roll in Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. But notice that the temperatures were holding out into the mid-90s, and we stay into the mid-90s all the way through next weekend.
That's the show for me tonight. John and Brock are suiting up for tonight's edition of Friday Night Football right after the break. Have a great night and even better holiday weekend.
The best offer.
You're watching 4-State Friday Night, proudly sponsored by GN Bank, Crockett, Sticklin and Sticklin Law Firm, and Macco Builders.
Hey, I'm John Dales. Welcome into our second edition of 4-State's Friday Night here in 2023. Week 1 of high school football beginning in Kansas. We're on to week 2 in Missouri. Some Oklahoma schools played a week ago, some of them getting their start tonight. We got a lot of great games to bring to you, though. We start with a couple CNC rivals, Colgan and Frontenac at Hutchinson Fields in Pittsburgh. Now, the Panthers, one of the favorites to win Class A. They're a run-heavy team, but pinned back against their own goal line in the first quarter. Tucker Harrell, quarterback, finds wide receiver Jack Schremer down the field. He high points it for a 40-yard catch. A couple plays later, sweep handoff to Cooper Simmons and say goodbye to him. He takes it to the house 50 yards. Colgan takes a 7-0 lead. Very next play, though, is the kickoff for Colgan after they score. And it goes to Caden Chance. He finds a crease, and you can say goodbye to him. He runs to daylight. They're going back and forth. Colgan scores, then Frontenac scores 7-6 after a missed PAT, but Cooper Simmons again, not denied. He bounces off a couple of tacklers and takes it 78 yards to the house. 14-6 Colgan lead in the first quarter. Now they're trying to go up 2 scores before halftime. Harrell calls his own number, coughs the football up right here. Loose ball on the ground, but Colgan ends up falling on it at the 1-yard line. Very next play, who else is going to give it to? Simmons gets his 3rd touchdown of the first half. Nice lead blocked by Tristan Voss. Colgan ends up winning 27-20. Staying in Kansas, Riverton had only 1 win last year. The Rams opened up the year on the road at Galena, looking to match that season win total in just week 1. Warm night in Galena, which means it's good night for this iteration of the Spring River rivalry. Bulldogs with the air attack early. Jack Perry gets a 15-yard reception to Tante Paul. Riverton fires back, though. Massive touchdown run from Lake Crowder, one of many for the Rams tonight. They go for 2 after scoring, and it's good. 8-0 lead. Galena stuffs the Rams' run game, but not without the Rams stuffing Galena's as well. Rams try hitting the Bulldogs with a bit of deja vu later on in the game. Play ends up being called back for holding. Rams pick up another chunk of yardage off the option play. Follow it up with an incomplete pass, though. Final score 35-8. Dominant win for Riverton. And here on Fox 14, rivalry taking place. It's the state of Missouri and a crosstown rivalry between Carl Junction and Webb City, a couple of 0-1 teams trying to get their first win of the season. Webb City, Carl Junction, big time rivalry between the two. We start things off, the first drive of the game. Tipped pass here, and it ends up getting redirected, intercepted by the Cardinals. Brody Eggleston, good field position for Webb City. Then their offense pulls off a reverse. Gabe Johnson goes untouched into the end zone. Touchdown Cardinals, 7-0 Webb City. But now it's Carl Junction's turn as they settle into this game. Third down and long. Dexter Merrill scrambles out of bounds. Big pickup and a first down. Later on in the drive, Merrill over to Jackson Workin for a touchdown in the back of the end zone. 7-7 tie game. After this score, Carl Junction kicks off. Gabe Johnson going to return it. He finds an opening, and he will not be stopped all the way into the end zone. Takes it to the house, 14-7. Cardinals at that point. But once again, Carl Junction not going to go away easily. Keeping it close in the first half. Merrill goes deep down the field. Ryder Piles makes a huge catch. Sets things up first and goal for CJ. A few plays later, Johnny Starks powers his way into the end zone for the touchdown. Carl Junction ties it up 14 apiece at that point. CJ held its own, but Webb City runs away with it in the second half, 47-28. Cardinals win their first game of the year. High school football in the area also going on last night. Joplin plays its first home game of the year against Willard. Out in Eagle territory, quarterback Hobbs Gooch hooks up with Whit Hafer for Joplin. He turns upfield and it knocks over a defender on sight, barrels over another one into the end zone. Eagles' first touchdown of the game. Now Eagles marching once again later on. Running back Torrin Jones takes the handoff, has a couple of shifty moves, sets up Eagles yardage, and then Torrin Jones again into the end zone, 14-0. Joplin leads. Tigers answer though later on. This interception breathes some life into them, tipped by defensive back Omero Inda into the waiting arms of Christopher Brown. Takes it a few yards before he's down. Eagles match the Tiger interception with a pick of their own though. Interception, half not finished quite yet though. Tigers quarterback Russell Roughton lobs one into the end zone. Joplin goes on to win, 28-14 now. Already mentioned Joplin and Willard. Couple other games in the four states last night. Monette and Mount Vernon. Mountaineers destroy the Cubs, 42-7 beatdown. Next home game for the Mountaineers against Aurora. Monette goes on the road next week to play Lamar. One of the other games featuring a team from the four states, Nevada gets another dominant win after a dominant win over Springfield Catholic last week. Tigers win 46-19. We're up against the break. Columbus and Girard highlights when we come back.
At GN Bank, we're your neighbor.
Four-state hero.
Welcome back into Four States Friday night, opening night for Kansas high school football. One of those, Labette County, who hosts Circle. Thunderbirds and Grizzlies ready to start this one out. Labette County receives the opening kick, but would go 4 and out. So that means Circle starts out quick. Quarterback keeper and Connor Chadwell takes this one all the way from 45 yards out into the end zone for a touchdown. 7-0 early for Circle. Labette County again with no luck, kicks it away. Circle would get the ball again. Same thing as before. First play from scrimmage, Gavin Ruttenberg calls his own number. 67 yards out, 14-0 Thunderbirds, only 5 minutes in. Into the second though, Labette County finds a little bit of life. Kendall Holtzman, pass complete to Keegan Bates, touchdown Grizzlies, lead down to 7. Circle back on offense again. Connor Chadwell gives it up to J.J. Schmitz. Runs right past the Labette defense all the way in for the score. Labette County would score just before the half. They find a way to pull it out, 40-28. Grizzlies come back to win. Another season opener pits two CNC rivals against each other. Columbus opens the year on the road at Girard. We start this one early in the first quarter. Titans backed up to their own end zone. Jack Valela takes the snap, hands off to Skylar Schuberger. He's pushed back and brought down in the end zone for a safety. Trojans take the early 2-0 lead. Next drive, Cam Smith finds Scott Moore on a pass play. That's a 40-yard pickup. Almost loses it, though. That set this play up. Off the snap, ball almost comes free. It's recovered. Touchdown, Trojans in the end zone. They opt to go for 2, and again, Trojans stay up 10-0 at that point. Staying in the first quarter, Titans respond. Jack Valela bombs one deep down the field, caught by Jace Midget. Runs this one the rest of the way, slides into the end zone. Titans put 6 on the board. They go for 2, and it's Valela again to Midget. Lying on the ground, makes the catch. Trojans up 10-8. Moving to the second quarter, tight end Scott Moore takes the snap and goes into the end zone for an easy 6. They go for 2 again. Moore taking the snap and scoring 32-8. They go on to win this one. Nixa opened the season with a hard-fought win over Webb City last night. Tonight, this week, they come into the 4 states to play against Neosho. In this one, Nixa on the road, and they are able to strike first. Matching the speed of Nixa, they get into the end zone. Malachi Ryder helps the Eagles go up 6-0. Now quarterback Quentin Hughes darts the ball out for Neosho, finds a wide open receiver, fights for some yardage, and yardage would be kind of hard to come by for Neosho in this one. Another bullet to Lincoln Howard here. Wildcats get a first down. Neosho within field goal range. They do opt to kick a field goal. It goes up and through. 6-3 Eagles at that point. Later on in the first half, quick handoff here. Running back Dylan Ribera met by a wall of Wildcats, pushed back and gang tackled. But Nixa ends up running away with it, 46-17. They take it. Now, Miami had planned to open the season a week ago. That game gets postponed because of the heat, so their first game of the season comes against Grove. They lose 23-14. Well, folks, that's all the time we have for you on this edition of 4 States Friday Night. Thanks for tuning in. We hope you join us for Press Box on Fox 14 in about a half hour. We'll see you back here next week.